Welcome to Knightline. I'm Jerry Middleton, and along with me today, as usual, is Rick Fletcher. Rick, good morning.
Good morning to you. It's a beautiful morning out. The snow's falling. It's just like I thought, is this Christmas time, Jerry? Are we going back?
Oh, my gosh. I thought basketball season was getting ready to start.
Yeah. Here we are. We're talking about spring sports.
Spring sports and the snow and the...
And there's a lot of them. And Mother Nature's having a say in what's going on. And just today is no different. So we got a pretty full schedule here. So we probably ought to hop right in. What do you think?
Let's hop right in. I think we're going to start off here. I mean, and we have a lot of parents watch.
Yeah.
Watch
and
this.
We appreciate it,
and
too.
We appreciate this. So if you think that you might have a son or daughter who might be interested in doing some sideline reporting, we would love to have them.
Oh, please. Not with love. We're begging. We need help, especially in spring sports. Like the other day, we had tennis and baseball going on.
Yeah.
We can't be at both places. Our goal is we want to bring the kids on here, and we do that by interviewing them after the events, after their games are on. But we need help, Jerry. You and I can't do it all. And so like we did with sectionals, I'll go back, we used Lauren Lacey and we used Anna Drake, and they did a great job.
Yes.
And so if you're a student watching this, we need your help. And because we can't cover everything. So, and we want to do the best job we can. So I'm going to put that plea out there. It's really simple. We will help you. You don't know what to say, we'll help you with things that you can ask. You just bring your sparkling personality. That's all you got to do. Male or female, we don't care, right?
No, we don't care. We really need the help.
Yeah.
I mean, this is like our 38th show here.
And we're two old guys.
We've done 23 or 24 game broadcasts.
Yeah.
And next year it's going to get crazier.
It's going to be a lot more opportunity to do things like cameras, potentially even do the live stream student announcers.
Yeah.
So we're looking to really expand our personnel if we could.
Yeah.
And if you have an interest in any of this, if you're a video editor or you want to learn how to be a video editor, that's where we could really use a lot of help. So,
well, and the other thing, let's put this out here. If you have a business and you would like to advertise on this show and also all of our broadcasts, I think we'll be doing all of volleyball, all of girls and boys basketball, wrestling. And then when we get to the spring, we're doing some baseball, some softball. We might even do a tennis.
Yeah, or a track meet.
Yeah,
we've been discussing that this morning, you and I. And
so
we need some help, though.
We need some help. So if you can help us as labor, or if you want to help sponsor, and the prices are going to be very, very reasonable.
Yeah.
And you're going to get a ton of coverage for very little dollar amount.
And so look for that. We'll be knocking on doors.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys have been great so far with donations. We've had an opportunity to do that, but next year we'll be looking for sponsors. Starting with the live streams and our broadcast, and we'll have the opportunity to get your name out there, and in turn you can help us. So we'll get it together here as far as the packages that we're going to be offering. And that will just allow us to upgrade our equipment as needed, and we're finding out things that we need to do that will really bring a lot of good stuff.
It's going to have an ESPN look to it.
Yep. So, anyways, we need to help students. If you're a kid and you go to school here, we need your help.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of fun. You will have a lot of fun. Go ask Lauren and go ask Anna how much fun they had. And so, anyways, we've made our plea.
We made our plea. Now let's move on to some softball.
Softball. I'm going to say this right off the bat, Jerry. I'm impressed.
I am too. I mean, they're starting off, I think 2-0.
Yeah.
And they beat a very good Wapahani team.
Yeah, absolutely. And they did it with solid pitching.
Yep.
Okay, Claire Lopeman. and they did it with timely hitting. Emma Neely got a key hit in the last inning to add some distance between them. So they're a fun group. It's been a couple of years since I've seen softball, but I went to the Wapahani game, and I was going to try to go between baseball because the baseball game was going on at the same time, and I just found myself stuck at this softball game, just watching these girls play. They look like a solid team. I don't know what the competition looks like, okay? Because again, Mother Nature is having its say right now. But they look like a very solid team, and I think, I don't know if they're going to surprise anybody, but they're good. You guys ought to get out there and watch these girls. They are a good team. And we talked with Todd Wilson last week.
Yes, we did.
On our Nights of the Round Table, and he's pretty excited about his team.
If his enthusiasm equates out onto the field in victories, they might be undefeated for the next 20 years.
Well, the impressive thing I'm going to tell you is they got up early, then they got down due to some mental errors, basically, and that happens. You're going to have that. They're playing a lot of youngsters, a lot of young players, freshmen, sophomores. But you know what? They weren't deterred. They came back in that game. And you know what? Got the victory. They went to 2-0. So we had the opportunity to talk to a couple of the girls.
Yes.
Claire Lopeman, she was the pitcher.
Yeah.
And Emma Neely, they're only sophomores.
Yeah.
All right. And I'm going to say this about Emma. She was the catcher in that game. Not a thing got by her.
Yeah.
So I was very impressed. So let's go to that video and see what they have to say.
Let's watch.
And we're here at the softball field here at Northeastern High School. The Knights have just defeated the Wapahani Raiders 7-4. I'm here with Claire Lopeman and Emma Neely. Claire, you had a deal tonight, especially early on. So what tell us about that?
I just tried to zone in, keep it a nice even pace, made sure spots were being hit, speed was the same, made sure nothing was left too fat.
So it looked like you were hitting that outside corner there, especially in the first couple 3 innings there. And then you had your helper back here, Emma, called a good game, Emma. You really did. So that was a good. And what was the strategy going into this game? Do you guys have a strategy?
Well, last year was a close game against them, so we just had a strategy of going out there and getting it.
Yeah.
So in the last inning, you had a key hit to bring in those 2 runs, which proved pivotal actually because they were making a comeback. So what was you got down 0-2? What were you looking to do after that?
I was just looking for a nice pitch to drive, get my teammates in, pull them in there.
All right. So this is a good start to the home season, right? So we're happy about that. Well, thanks for joining us here. Good luck the rest of the season. So again, the Knights defeat the Wapahani Raiders, and back to you guys in the studio.
Well, Rick, a good interview.
Yeah, it was.
And you know what? And then the thing, you surprised us upon them, and they learned to speak and so forth. And in the beginning they're very reserved.
Yeah.
But after a couple sentences, they're okay. I'm in now.
Here's what our experience has told us, Jerry. All right, that was the first one. We'll be at the games, especially at least the home games, and we'll do more of that.
Yeah.
Okay. And the next one, it'll be just like old hat.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's the fun part of this is we want to bring you the girls, and Claire and Emma. They were great. They played great too. Not only I'll tell you about those 2 girls. Not only defensively, Claire's a pitcher. She pitched in that game. But offensively, they got some pop in their bats.
Yes, they've got some girls that can flat hit.
Yeah. So, and then, to mention a couple other girls, you've got Lily Nell down there at third base. Just a vacuum down there, just
They
solid.
call her Hoover.
Yeah, she was, nothing got by her.
Yeah.
And then you got little Bailey Whistler. All 4'6", 68 pounds of Bailey Whistler. She's that pest. That's what she gets on base, and she's just a fun player to watch, as well as others. We're going to talk a lot about softball in the future. I guess we'll have a lot to say. Just a few of my observations as I watched that game. They're good. I think
Yep.
I think they're going to be really good, and
They very well could be.
and a lot of fun to watch. Now we're early in the season; they are 2-0. All right, so there's a lot of season to go, but they're a fun bunch. No matter what happens during the season,
Yeah.
I get out there and watch them. They deserve your support. So really, a lot of fun softball. Can't wait for the next ball game.
Well, and speaking of ball games, let's go to baseball.
Well, baseball, they're working out the kinks, is what I would say.
Well, and we were at the game on what day was that?
Thursday.
Thursday, and it was like sunny and 70.
Yeah, sunny. Oh, then we looked at our watch or our calendar. And realized, we weren't in Florida. We were in Fountain City.
Oh my gosh, that
it was rainy
brutal.
and 40 degrees.
It was brutal. It was cold.
So the boys had 2 games this past week.
Yeah.
The baseball team. The first one was a struggle. They played Shenandoah.
Yep.
And it was a struggle. They got mercied. Mercy ruled. They lost that one 14-2. It was just sometimes you get beat badly.
Well, in baseball is its own animal.
Yeah.
Because you can't pitch the same pitcher all the time.
Yeah.
You got to have different pitchers, and you know what? And even in the major leagues, some days it's just not there.
Exactly, and I pitching is the key, no
Yeah.
matter what level of baseball that you play.
Yeah.
And there's other things that we've been around baseball our whole
Yeah.
lives, and baseball, the mental part. Okay, just
Yeah.
knowing what you need to be doing, not on every pitch. That's a huge part of the game.
Yeah.
Just to give yourself an edge. When you're playing, especially when you're playing good teams, and you'll see the good teams practice those nuances, the mental part of the game as well as the physical part of the game, and that's the hardest part to learn. Anybody can learn how to hit, you can learn how to throw, okay, but it's the mental side of baseball that really separates the wheat from the chaff, basically. So.
Yeah.
And they're working on it. You see those things.
Well, baseball, they got down 5-1
Against Muncie Central, a 4A school.
and Muncie Central switched pitchers, and then the floodgates opened.
Wide open. They got down 5-1, and the Knights, they scored in the last 2 innings 5 runs per inning. They won that game 11-6.
11-6.
And, great comeback. It was a really good comeback. Now, Trevor Burkhart, let's talk a little bit about Trevor.
Yep.
He started the game. He was dealing, okay?
Yeah.
He really was. His defense let him down some, and out of those 5 runs, he gave up the 5 of those runs. I think only one of them was an earned run.
One of them was an earned run.
All right, so the Knights have some work to do to clean up the defense.
Yeah.
Okay, and they know that. I mean, there's no secrets. They see what's going on out there, and the players know that. And so again, a lot of it is in your head. Okay, it's a mental part of the game. But Trevor, he threw 70 pitches, 49 for strikes.
Yeah.
I don't care what level of ball you're playing. That's tremendous right there.
Well, then Landon Sum comes in,
Yeah.
who, let's face it, a few days earlier, he got hit pretty well.
Yeah, he didn't have
All right.
it going on.
He didn't have it. He came in this game in relief, 9 pitches, and he's out of an inning.
Yeah, he started out first, especially the first couple innings he was throwing. He had it working for him.
And then in baseball is the kiss of death is always a big inning.
Yeah.
And so you have this big inning. Now your pitcher's been sitting in there in sub-zero temperatures.
It was freezing cold.
and he comes out and everything's up. And so it took him 2 or 3 batters to get back into that groove, which is totally understandable.
Yeah.
You sit over there and you get stiff. You're all, everybody's been standing out in the cold.
It's cold. It was cold. It's just
my gosh.
baseball's meant to be played in warm weather. When it's 40 degrees out there, those things matter.
40, drizzling rain.
It's drizzling. They rained the whole game, I think.
But he bounced back, got back in the groove, finished the game out, and things were good. So the positive is we've come along. The pitching seems to be coming along. The sticks, as usual, the pitchers are always ahead of the sticks.
Especially during this time of year, especially in the cold weather.
Yeah.
So, they got some work to do.
Yeah.
All right. But, the good news is they got that first victory under their belt.
Yeah.
Okay, so congratulations to them. So after the game, Jerry, we happened to talk to Trevor and Landon.
Yeah.
All right, now let me set the stage for that one. I could barely move my lips because I was frozen. If they're blue, that's why. It was cold and the sun was going down and it was still raining or drizzling. Not the picture perfect day, but let's see what these guys have to say.
All right, let's roll the film.
All right, we're here at Northeastern High School, and the Knights baseball team just defeated Muncie Central Bearcats 11-6. Got down early, came storming back late, and that's the first victory of the season. I'm here with starting pitcher Trevor Burkhart. How are you, Trevor?
I'm good.
All right, so it looks like you had it dealing really, and when you started the ball game, what were you mostly throwing?
What was working for me was my fastball.
Yeah, but you threw a couple of timely curveballs.
Got a couple strikeouts on the curveballs.
All right, so that's good. How's it feel to get the first win?
It feels better than losing.
Oh, it sure does. So, well, hey, congratulations. You had a great ball game. So we're going to bring Landon in here right now. So thanks a lot. Come on up here, Landon. So I've got Junior Landon Sum. You closed out the game, so you were throwing a lot of heat coming in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is that your main pitch?
No, I was throwing a lot of curveballs, really.
Well, you did. I noticed in the last inning, you got in a little bit of trouble, but you were able to get out of that right there. So
Yeah, I was just sticking with the fastball, and they couldn't touch it.
yeah, you were up quite a few runs, so it helps to have those 5 runs in the last inning helped.
Yeah, having that big gap right there from my team a couple innings ago, putting us up big was big for our win.
All right, congratulations. Hopefully we can keep it going, right, fellas? All right, so this isn't baseball weather. It's about 41 degrees right now. Hopefully next time we're on, we'll have better weather, but back to you guys in the studio.
Well, welcome back to Knightline, a interview that, as you can see,
Adverse conditions.
adverse conditions would be an understatement. I know Rick was cold, and the boys appeared to be a bit chilled.
They were chilled.
I know I saw Peyton Lumpkin coming in at school on Friday, and I said,
Did he have frostbite?
I said, Peyton, at least it wasn't cold last night. And he looked at me like, where were you? So, yeah, it was cold, but it was a good interview, and I think that baseball is having that growing pain of turning point. So I think things will work out well.
It's early in the season. Yeah. They got a lot of season to go, a lot of games to be played. So they'll improve. Yeah. They'll, just like any sports team, they'll get better. From what I've seen, I've only been able to see the one game against Muncie Central. Definitely Trevor's got it going on in the pitching mound.
Yeah, I think he's going to do well.
You pound the strike zone.
Yeah.
That's the key. Okay. And Landon's got some good stuff. You know, he not only was he throwing his fastball, but he had his curveball going too. Yeah. So, you know what? That's a good top of the rotation, I think. I don't know who else they got. We'll find out as we go on.
Yeah, we'll find. There's 2 or 3 others that they're going to throw, and I imagine that Monday's game we'll see some different arms.
Well, you got a big team coming in Monroe Central on Monday. So.
Well, and they just beat Centerville, I believe it was.
Well, actually, Centerville beat them.
And
Centerville's another, highly ranked team too. So it'll be a good test for the Knights come Monday. It's a home game, I believe.
Yeah, home game.
And Monroe Central, they've got big sights, for them. So if you can knock this team off, that'll set you up for your season, basically. So, anyways, so the baseballs, they're 1-2.
Yep.
If we can't go over all the events going on because this is spring, here's what's going on. We've got tennis, we've got track, we've got boys golf, which we've hardly even mentioned. Okay.
Yeah.
You got baseball, softball, and I'm missing something. I don't know what I'm missing. Maybe that's 5 teams that are competing
that's
right
it.
now. Okay, all right. So there's too much to go over the upcoming schedules. So I'm going to send you to the GoKnightsAthletics.com website. It's all right there. Just go to the calendar, and you can see where the events are, home or away.
Yep.
Get out and see your players. Get out and see the teams. Go to the games. Especially the home games or the away games, but get out and see them because they deserve your support.
Absolutely.
And look at we just did a Knights of the Round Table with the track coach Tyler Hostetler and the girls tennis coach Brandy Shekels. So you can see that video there as we drop it on YouTube. So, anyways, a lot going on, Jerry. We're pleading for help.
A lot going on for 2 old guys.
2 old guys trying to run all this down.
And Steve.
And so if you have an interest, talk to Jerry here at the school, or I don't work at the school, so or see Steve Luby.
Yeah.
He can get you going in the right direction. See any of the coaches. See Jerry Kiesling, the athletic director. He'll get you hooked up with us, because we can use the help. And it's a lot of fun. This is fun. We enjoy this. So,
having a good time, meeting all the student athletes,
Yeah,
the
it's been
coaches,
great.
and all that. And, and like I said, to me, and we'll wrap this up, was at the sectional when we're doing those post-game interviews with the kids. There's all these people standing around with their cell phones recording what we're recording.
Yeah, it's great. They loved it.
Yeah.
All right?
So it's just a fun time.
And we loved it. I
And it
love
was
it.
fun.
I love, like we had Anna and Lauren. We've talked about this before. We loved having them on. They added so much to our broadcast.
Yeah.
And so doing something like that at these events, because you got multiple events sometimes going on at the same time, we can't get to every event.
Oh, no.
And even on the home events, we can't get there.
Yeah.
So if you can be there and do like what Lauren or Anna did, interview some of the players, it's easy to do. You'll be great at it. So come help us out.
Well, Rick, with that being said, I think we're going to wrap up a Knightline here.
Hopefully we don't have to go home and shovel.
I already put the snowblower away.
Yeah, we were thinking we're past that. But
Oh, I guess not.
I guess not.
Well, anyway, for Rick Fletcher, I'm Jerry Middleton, and you know what? It's been another snowy good night.